Towards the end, he would get upset if I would do anything without asking him first, even if it was something for my kids. Argue with me, scream at me in front of the kids and stuff, putting his foot in my face, throwing food at me, waking up with water being poured in my face.
But when it was physical, it was like a war in the house. It was so dramatic and traumatic. The isolation for me was by far more difficult than the physical abuse. I no longer had that security that no matter what happens, my parents are going to be there for me, my family's going to be there for me.
I had got beat up really bad with a coffee pot, and it broke. It became a weapon, and it was sharp edges, and he was pounding me in my head, and I was on the floor crying, "Stop, stop, please, you're hurting me." And he was like, "No, I'm gonna kill you, bitch, I'm gonna kill you." And I just remember getting real weak and like seeing my blood on the floor. And that's when I knew then that I had to go.
Well, he had threatened to kill himself, and then it went from that to that he could kill me and then himself, because then I'd be gone. People say, well, why don't you just leave if you're not happy or whatever? And it's not that easy.
I was facing, not having a place to live. I didn't have work. It was very complex.
I didn't have any control of my finances. I didn't know how much money we had in the bank half the time. He paid all the bills. Almost everything was in his name.
You are down to the point where you've lost everything, and then your self-esteem is like so shallow that you think less of yourself.
I needed schooling, I needed housing, I needed clothes, I needed my kids. So I had to work. I had a lot that I had to correct in my life in order to get on my feet. I ended up in the streets for a few weeks, but then I came to the shelter.
She would call me and see how I was doing. She put me in touch with an attorney that I could talk to if I had questions.
For somebody here to say, we understand and we're here to listen, well, it meant a big difference because I had nobody. I had nobody to talk to. It's a big difference. It took 10 years for me to get out, unfortunately. It took 10 years, and it was the last 2 years that it got so bad that I finally said, towards the end, I have to get out.
Other places looked down on me. They thought I wasn't gonna make it. I never got my kids back. I was gonna die to drugs. I was gonna go back to my husband. I never heard that from them. They said, "Sharetha, you can do this. You're gonna make it."
They're here to help. They're here to encourage you and help you to do whatever it is that you want to do to make your life better.
You're not the one that has to be embarrassed because you're not the abuser. You have to lift up your head and be strong.
What they gave me was a chance. I couldn't have gone through that by myself. I really needed that guidance.
It gave me the power to have my life back that I haven't had for a long time. It's strength to know that somebody cares.